What is going on, world? Welcome back once again. My name is ZacNovak and this is ZacNovak Plays Games, or PlaysGames, because I actually completely forgot about Zor again, which is bad. So yeah, Zor's inventory and location, roll the intro, let's get right into the video, and I do hope you certainly enjoy. Alrighty, so getting straight into the video, Zor is chilling on the rig on Titan once you spawn and jump on your sparrow and head in this direction. The good old tentacle bastard is chilling inside this good old doorway. Let us have a look what he's got. Fingers crossed it is something good. Alrighty, well, this week in itself, it's not horrible, but it's not really too great. Let's start things off with the Helm of Saint 14, 23 legendary shards for this surprisingly good exotic in Crucible. This thing actually is pretty awesome in PvP as well, like just all around, but Crucible in itself, I meant to say PvE. Crucible in itself also is, yeah, this thing is pretty cool. Main perk is called Starless Night. Enemies enter Ward of Dawn are blinded, and when allies pass through gain an overshield. Guarding with the Sentinel Shield also blinds nearby enemies. This thing in itself is honestly kind of a lot of fun in a lot of situations. So yeah, pretty nice, pretty decent. Secondary perks on it, we got ourselves Light Reactor, we've got ourselves Ashes to Assets, we've also got Heavy Lifting, as well as number 2, we've also got ourselves Sniper Rifle Reserves and Machine Gun Reserves. This thing is pretty nice, pretty decent. Pick it up if you have not got it. 23 legendary shards. Moving on though, next up we've got ourselves the Gemini Jester for the Hunter or Huntress. 23 legendary shards for this underused exotic, however still very actually annoying when people do use it on me in Crucible. Main perk on it is actually called Misdirection. Dodging disorientates nearby enemies and temporarily removes their radar. This thing in itself is actually pretty decent when you are using it up against a good team. This in itself can throw off even some good players. Well, actually keep in mind this thing in itself, if used by a good player, is honestly really freaking crazy. So secondary perks on it, we've also got ourselves a Scout Rifle Dexterity, Enhanced Sniper Rifle Dexterity and Machine Gun Dexterity, as well as number 2, we've also got ourselves Hand Cannon Scavenger and Scout Rifle Scavenger. Pretty nice, pretty decent. Pick these things up if you have not got them. Once again, 23 legendary shards. Moving on though, next up for the Warlock, we've got ourselves the Wings of Sacred Dawn, 23 legendary shards for this exotic that allowed you to have a perk that actually existed in D1 that's not available in D2, but still in itself is actually pretty decent because it's actually on some armor, and in itself it's actually part of the character. So this thing in itself is pretty decent. Main perk on it is called Tomb of Dawn. When Dawnblade is equipped, aiming weapons while you are in midair suspends you there for a short time. Weapon hits extend this effect's duration. This thing in itself is actually pretty beastly, however in Crucible it's one of those ones where it kind of just leaves you set up for getting shot. It's one of those things where I myself have tried to use it from time to time, but I tend not to use it simply because I get dropped too easily. Secondary perks on it, we've got ourselves Unflinching Grenade Launcher Aim, we've got Unflinching Sidearm Aim, and we've also got Unflinching Submachine Gun Aim, as well as, but not limited to, we've also got ourselves Auto Rifle Reserves and Sidearm Reserves. This thing's pretty decent, looks pretty cool, and I honestly would state that it definitely is something that if you don't have in your collection, it's something you're going to want to actually get, just because it's kind of cool. 23 legendary shards. Moving on though, next up we've got ourselves a D1 exotic bought a D2 called Hardlight. This thing in itself is honestly still freaking beastly. 29 legendary shards for this very, very fun auto rifle. Main perk on it is actually called Volatile Light. Rounds fired from this weapon have no damage, fall off and overpenetrate targets, and ricochet off hard surfaces, as well as projectile damage is increased after its bounce. This thing in itself, if you know how to use it, is pretty freaking beastly in both Crucible and PvE. This thing in itself is freaking fun. It also allows you to have all 3 flavors having the fundamentals. Holding X or square if you're on PlayStation changes this weapon's damage type, cycling between Solar, Arc and Void. This thing in itself is honestly a lot of fun, looks pretty cool, and I honestly will actually state this thing is definitely something I do actually use from quite a few different times and quite a different situations where I just kind of really like this thing. Especially going through with Gambit, having to actually, you know, get the auto rifle kills. This thing makes things a little bit easier. 29 legendary shards. Pick it up if you have not got it once again. But moving on, next up, we've got ourselves the Consumables, the 5 of Swords challenge card for the Nightfall. What does this allow you to do? It allows you to actually tailor-made your Nightfall to make it the way you want to actually make it. If you want to have your Nightfall more challenging by adding challenging modifiers on top of the already challenging modifiers that exist in that Nightfall, you can actually add on challenging modifiers to make your challenging modifiers more challenging, and that challenging Nightfall to make your challenging Nightfall more challenging with challenging modifiers. This in itself allows you to get better scores, better loots, and just make things all around a little bit more fun. Pick it up if you've not got it. But moving on, and next up, finally we've got ourselves the isochronal Engram, aka the Fated Engram. 97 legendary shards for this Fated Engram. I'm actually spending legendary shards on this, however I'm very upset because, well, I'm going to have to go through and spend even more shards on good old Callus Bot. But yeah, 29 or 97 legendary shards, I should say. This thing itself gets me to Lesto. Surprisingly, this is pretty decent. This thing allows you to actually get exotics that you don't actually own from the collection. Unless you own all the exotics from the collection, you're going to get an actual duplicate. Let us see what we actually get from this one. You can actually get some arm with some good rolls and stuff like that. I got Telesto. Well, that's not horrible. Could be worse, could be better, but yeah, I mean, hey, I've already actually, no, I haven't got a Telesto on this character. I've got a Telesto on my Hunter, I think. Anyway, Telesto, pretty nice, pretty decent. I do actually like that weapon, so not too bad. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and actually farm more stuff, get myself more shards, get myself some more actual glimmer, and hopefully more bright dust in the next few days, because, yeah, Callus Bot, bad juju, all that good stuff. Anyway, this has been Zor's location and inventory for the weekend. This has been ZacNovak. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, click that like button down below, leave a comment, let me know, did you guys actually get anything cool from Zor? Was Zor actually selling something you actually needed, something you wanted? Did you actually get anything good from your Fated Engram, aka isochronal Engram? Let me know in the comment section down below. Do all that good stuff. Once again, though, share this video around. It seriously helps that channel, helps out you guys, and helps out all the other people to actually see where Zor's is, like, chilling his loot and all that good stuff. But anyway, share this video around, do all that good stuff. If you are a new viewer, hit that subscribe button. If you are a subscriber already and you want to stay updated with my actual content, then hit that actual bell notification. Do all that good stuff. Once again, I'll be Sharon like Karen if he was Ed Sharon. But until next time, this is ZacNovak. Signing off. Peace out.